I can't just move back home. Mom and Dad don't have room for me. Not my problem, I replied firmly. Her jaw fell. Not your problem. You're my brother. And for years I've been more than that, I said, stepping forward. I've been your safety net, your bank, your excuse to avoid growing up. I worked 2 jobs so you could live your dream, and the one time I asked for respect, you called me a failure. So no, Lauren, it's not my problem anymore. She blinked, as if unable to comprehend what she was hearing. I didn't mean it like that, she mumbled. I was upset, and I just wasn't thinking. You never think, I said back. You never think of anyone but yourself. You used me. You used Mom and Dad. And now you're panicking because you finally have to face the consequences. Then she started crying. Big theatrical sobs may have worked on someone else. But I wasn't falling for it anymore. You're not going to guilt me into changing my mind, I told you. You need to figure this out for yourself. Get a job. Budget your money. Do whatever it takes, but leave me out of it. She didn't like the answer. You're being cruel, she said, wiping away tears. You're supposed to help the family. That's what family does. No, I replied, my voice firm. Family supports each other. They don't take advantage of each other and call it love. And until you figure that out, don't bother coming back here. I shut the door, interrupting whatever apology she was about to give. For the first time, I felt like I had power over my life. After closing the door on Lauren, I braced myself for the consequences. She was not the sort to suffer in silence, and I knew she'd attempt to make this into a sob story for our parents. They called me the next day, enraged. Mom began with her typical guilt trip. How could you do this to your sister? She insisted. She's struggling, and you left her when she needed you the most. I did not hold back. Struggling? I scoffed. She's been living off my paycheck for years while acting like she's the queen of the world. Maybe it's time she learned what struggling actually looks like. Dad spoke up next, accusing me of being callous and ungrateful for everything they had done for me. This part had me laughing. Ungrateful? I asked. You're kidding, right? I've been funding Lauren's lifestyle while you two sat back and cheered her on like she was the next big thing. Meanwhile, I've been working my ass off just to keep her comfortable. The more I laid it out, the more relaxed they were. By the end of the call, they had nothing to say but that I was tearing the family apart. Lauren's reaction was stunning. She bombarded her social media with vague remarks about how some people only care about themselves, and the agony of being let down by those closest to you. She even had the guts to set up a GoFundMe page for her rent, claiming she was blindsided by an unexpected expense. Her buddies expressed phony concern, wondering if there was anything they could do to help. However, donations came in very slowly. Apparently, people weren't as enthusiastic about her lifestyle as she had planned. Meanwhile, word of the drama circulated rapidly throughout the family. My aunt called to report that she had heard I was being unreasonable. However, as I described the circumstances, she rapidly changed her tune. She really expected you to keep paying her rent? She questioned, shocked. Welcome to my world, I responded. After my parents arrived at my door, I realized how far this scenario had progressed. Lauren's entitlement was no longer the only issue. The entire family was enabling her, treating her problems as if they were mine to fix. They did not stop with guilt. My mother began to disseminate the story that I had failed Lauren and the family.